It's time now for the Period Channel Noon News Report, Thursday, October 30th, 2014. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and I get noon news headlines, and our top story at noontime is Boston is in mourning tonight over the loss of one of their longest-serving mayors in the city of Boston has ever had. Is Thomas Menino passed away at 9:10 this morning from complications from cancer. Here, he was 71 years old. Mayor Thomas Menino served this city from 1993 to 2014 as the longest serving mayor in the city of Boston has ever had here. And he was born in Hyde Park back in 1942 in the middle of the World War II as he took over the mayor from 1993 when Mayor Raymond Flynn was appointed ambassador to the Vatican. And before that, he served 9 years as city councilor from 1984 to 1993 here. And he was dubbed as the urban mechanic because his commitment was revitalizing the city and fixing its problems in the neighborhoods from streetlights to potholes to crime. And he was a presence at events, dedication at meetings in the city neighborhoods. As polls indicate that more than half of Boston residents had actually met him in person here. As under his administration, he saw the completion of the Big Dig project, the Central Artery project, the construction of the Rose Kennedy Greenway, the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center, and realization of the Seaport District along Boston Harbor. As a traditional Democrat in one of the nation's bluest states, Menino adhered to the New Deal policy that the governor's purpose is to serve the people and improve ratings, showed its conservative base in the mayor and his approach, given a 32% approval rating in one 2008 survey. As he brought the Democratic National Convention to Boston in 2004, generated $150 million revenue for the hub as an early advocate of same-sex marriage, and an innovative record in environmental issues. And his longevity in politics was attributed by some of Biden and awareness to what he thought was more important than public servant. As he hinged administration goals in achieving some clean, safe, livable neighborhoods, improving inner city education, and providing more affordable housing. His actions spoke more clearly than his speech, as he was known and often ridiculed for malpractices and speeches given an unwelcome name of Mumbles Menino. Health issues plagued Menino during his time in office. He underwent surgery in 2003 to remove a rare sarcoma in his back, and the next year was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. He discovered in early 2012 he was suffering from a broken toe and did not know about. Later that year, he fell gravely ill on an anniversary vacation with his wife in Italy. Months after he learned in office, he was diagnosed with advanced cancer that spread to his liver. As he continued to work at Boston University, he began a book tour in October 2013. By the end of that month, he was announced he was suspended his treatment for cancer in a book tour. As Menino is survived by his wife, the former Angel Fletcher, 2 children, Susan and Thomas Jr., and 6 grandchildren. And also, he was mayor of Boston. He witnessed 3 Super Bowl rings by the Patriots, 3 World Series champions by the Red Sox, and a Stanley Cup, and an NBA Finals trophy for the Celtics and the Bruins. So, he was witnessed Boston become a city of champions here as Boston sports teams thrived very well under Mayor Menino's reign here. And Thomas Menino dead at the age of 71, and we'll have more on that on the Peter Channel News here. Other stories around the world here is a nurse who treated Ebola patients in Sierra Leone but is tested negative for the virus ventured out of their home in Maine and took a back ride on Thursday to find a quarantine order and setting up a legal collision with state authorities. Apple CEO Tim Cook speaks during a presentation at Apple headquarters in Cupertino, California on last Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago. The U.S. economy expanded at a healthy pace during the third quarter, a sign of sustained growth fueled by government spending and a narrow trade despite minor concerns about the health of overseas economies. A prop plane reported hit a building on an airport in Wichita, Kansas, and people are said to be trapped inside. Emergency crews are on the scene at Mid-Continent Airport, according to local ABC affiliate KAKE. Orange Line trains were being evacuated near Haymarket Station Wednesday evening after a man was struck and trapped under a train. He later died from his injuries at a nearby hospital. In Ouagadougou, thousands of protesters marched on Burkina Faso's presidential palace after burning the parliament building and ransacking state television offices on Thursday, forcing President Blaise Compaoré to scrap a plan extended. Lebanon Lapid says response must be measured and responsible as how the visitor calls for allow Jews to pray on the Temple Mount and Arab and Jewish MK Islamic closure of holy site. Iraqi security forces take up position during an intensive security deployment against Islamic State militants on the outskirts of the Diyala province. 10 Iraqi Peshmerga fighters entered the battered Syrian border town of Kobani on Thursday to combat the Islamic State strategy to control a key crescent along the Turkish border, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said. Tel Aviv, Israel's foreign minister, slapped down Sweden's decision to recognize the state of Palestine Thursday, saying that the Middle East was more complicated than self-assembly feature of IKEA. On MSNBC on Thursday, Bush dismissed Sun's statement that the former Florida governor would likely run for president, but we stand by a statement that George P. Bush's remarks are hard as a bit of evidence so far that his downward run. In Salt Lake City, Utah, poison likely killed 5 Utah family members last month, and the same woman with cups next to the bodies. In London, the dollar climbed to its highest in more than 3 weeks and against a basket of currencies bid about higher U.S. levels. In Washington, the number of new claims for jobless benefits rose last week but remained at a historically low level, supporting other signals an improving labor market. In New York, U.S. stocks are drifting in Thursday morning trading as part of big companies that turn in quarter results as the Dow Jones Industrial climbed more than 100 points, almost entirely thanks to a strong gain for Visa. Mortgage rates rose last week from the lowest point in 2014, but lenders still offered a 30-year fixed loan below 4% according to the Freddie Mac's weekly survey. Xbox maker Microsoft has announced that Microsoft banned a health-focused wearable device that comes with a tagline, "Leave your phone in the pocket, miss nothing." In Beijing, Lenovo Group announced the completion and acquisition of Motorola Mobility from Google and Corporate on Thursday to move them in that making the Chinese computer maker a global smartphone brand. On a scale of how Boston a celebrity is, Jake Gyllenhaal is more than Jimmy Fallon and Mark Wahlberg is more than the Boston and Hart to account for the deal for the non-local. But after Bruce, not quite. Kris Jenner is livid after Bruce Jenner briefly stopped out of the former assistant and friend of 20 years and Wanda Camara, sources tell U.S. Weekly in the new issue. The Terminator is having a bad day. It's a muggy July afternoon in New Orleans, and the temperature is slowed in the triple digits and Arnold Schwarzenegger inside a giant warehouse on the grounds of NASA's Michaud Assembly Facility. Jim Carrey dropped by the Late Show with Dave Letterman on Wednesday and was little concerned about catching some of that in New York City studio as Jim Carrey tests Dave. But Letterman for Bill, you can't be too careful. In his undated file photo, Amber Earhart stands next to the Lockheed lieutenant year before last flight in 1937 from Oakland, California. The private rocket that exploded spectacularly Tuesday evening moments after lifting off from a Virginia launch pad was carried on the way of science experiments. Science has confirmed that a frog living in New York City wetlands where the new species Jeremy Feinberg of Rutgers University in New Jersey led the study first reported the discovery when he heard a very odd crossing call. Jim Young Kim, president of the World Bank Group, writes at the news conference during the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank Group annual meetings in Washington, D.C. Governor Mark Dayton, Minnesota's Commissioner of Health, will meet with hospital officials Thursday to discuss the safety board preparation efforts. Alright, let's take a look at a stock market reports here on this Thursday afternoon. Dow Jones 16.43, up 142.12. S&P 500 1987.28, up 4.98. Nasdaq 45.46, down 3.77. European markets DAX 995.79, up 12.98. FTSE 6460.37, up 6.5. And CAC 44,137.14, up 26.5. In Asian markets here, Nikkei 15658.20, up 104.29. Shanghai 2390.94, up 17.91. HSI 23702.04, down 117.83. Oil markets A1.17, down 1.03. Brent A6.42, down 70 cents. And natural gas 3.82326, up 38,000 a point. In the gold market 1198.60, down 26.30. Silver 60.405, down 859,000 a point. And copper 3.0565, down 48,000 a point. Bonds, U.S. 10 yield 2.2996%, down 23,000 a point. Germany 10 yield 0.85% unchanged. Chinese 10 yield 0.468%, down 3,000 a point. FX bonds, European U.S. dollar 1.262, down 1,000 a point. U.S. dollar Germany 10 108.91, up 0.03 of a point, and Great Ripon US dollar 1.6026 up 17,000 point here. Okay, let's take a look at New England instant alerts here on this Thursday in Brantford, Connecticut. A working fire at 8 Clarendon Street. Fire department west with the fire. The wall to the basement. Crews pulling out. Middleborough, Massachusetts. Travel on 495 northbound. All lanes now open. Accidents cleared. And New London, New Hampshire. Third alarm fire. Fifth, in King Hill Road. UD advising UC fire. KD COs around some MA. And Boston, Massachusetts. Travel in Nursery 93. Northbound tunnel entrance. All lanes open. And Hudson, New Hampshire at 7 Walmart Boulevard. 2 vehicles involved at an accident at Sam's Club. 1 parked with back pain. Okay, let's take a look at sports news here on this Thursday afternoon here. The Boston Celtics and Rajon Rondo blow past the Brooklyn Nets in an impressive open night display. 121 to 105. In Washington, Wednesday's events began well wishes to Gordie Howe, whose picture graced the Verizon Center Jumbotron as fans responded with a standing ovation. And Nick Mark is expected to go after Gasol during the next year's free agent period, as they will have well over $20 million of salary cap space to spend after the contracts of Ford, Amari Stoudemire, and Andre Buchanan come off the books here. And tonight, the Boston Bruins will be out in Buffalo, taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Pair Channel News time, 12:13 here, and okay, let's take a look at the traffic here at 12:14 here. Take a look at traffic here. And it shows mass packed on the westbound side. It's packed up from the Route 93 to the BU tunnel here and Store Drive on the westbound side. So from the 93 all the way down to Longfellow Boulevard here. And Route 1A on the southbound side. Also around the Sumner Tunnel here. And acting on the ramp to 93 from Route 1 here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commute on this Thursday afternoon. And we take a look at our weather situation here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 12:15 p.m. 59 degrees at temperature with fair sky. Humidity of 48%. Wind speed northwest about 7 miles per barometer. 1293 inches. Dew point about 39 degrees and visibility of 10 miles. Alright, let's take a look at current conditions in the region here. We have a temperature of 56 degrees at temperature in Boston, 55 at Fitchburg, 53 in Bedford, 52 in Beverly, 49 in Gloucester, 50 in Hayville, 49 in Worcester, 49 in Sturbridge, 50 out of Webster, 54 in Milford, 56 in Norwood and Taunton, 57 in Bedford, 55 in Plymouth and Falmouth and Provincetown, 56 in Chatham, 54 in Cape Cod Bay, 58 in Murfreesboro 57 in Nantucket, 55 in Block 56 in Westerly, 57 in Providence, 54 in Smithfield, 57 in New York City, 56 in Islip, 57 in Montauk, 53 in Long Island Sound, 57 in Bridgeport, 51 in Waven, 52 in Denver, 52 in Waterbury, 55 in Meriden, 55 in Hartford, 55 in Windsor, 54 in Springfield, 48 in Amherst, 46 in Greenfield, 47 in Athol, 46 in Pittsfield, 49 in North Adams, 50 out of Albany, 48 in Bainton, 43 in Brattleboro, 46 in Rutland, Vermont, 43 in Keene, Hampshire, 47 in Jefferson, Hampshire, 51 in Nashua, Hampshire, and Portsmouth, Hampshire, and Portland, Maine, 49 in Manchester, Hampshire, 48 in Concord, and Laconia, New Hampshire. Here. Take a look at our map situation here around the country. Here shows stationary front from Alberta and a cold front from southern Alberta down from Montana, Wyoming and down from South Dakota, and cold front from southwestern Minnesota down from northwestern Iowa. Cold to the warm front off the Oregon coastline, low pressure air, and a stationary front off British Columbia coastline. For the line down for California coastline, low pressure with a front line from southern Nevada down for western Arizona, for the line from eastern Utah down to western Wyoming, and a front line from west central Texas down to eastern Oklahoma down for Kansas, and a front line from central Tennessee down to northern Georgia down for South Carolina, for the line from New York City up in the northern New England air, and we got low pressure off North Carolina coastline, eastern Kansas, and western Minnesota. Well, got high pressure in the Yellowstone Valley, northern Nevada, northwestern Colorado, in central Arkansas down for central Indiana here. 48 degrees on temperature right now in Detroit. It's 46 in Pittsburgh, 54 out of Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, Georgia, 80 in Miami, Florida. It's 74 in Brownsville, Texas, 59 in Dallas, Texas, 51 in Kansas City, 39 in Chicago, Illinois, 48 in Detroit, 40 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 50 in Norwalk, 33 in Great Falls, Montana, 57 in Seattle, 63 in San Francisco, 61 in Los Angeles, 58 in Las Vegas, 39 out in Salt Lake City, 41 out in Denver, 47 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 71 out in Phoenix, Arizona. Here are current conditions. All right. Okay, take a look at our radar situation. Shows a lot of rain showers from Nova Scotia down to Newfoundland, rain showers off the Carolina and Georgia coastline, rain showers in western Florida, a lot of rain showers in eastern Oklahoma down for northwestern Arizona, Arkansas down for Missouri down for western and northwestern portion of Illinois, and a lot of rain showers around eastern Iowa, eastern Minnesota, northern and western portion of Wisconsin, some snow showers around Ontario and western and eastern portions of Quebec, and a lot of rain showers off the northwestern California coastline, a lot of rain showers from northern Oregon down for Washington State, down for southwestern portions of British Columbia. Here, take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds covering much of New England and much of Atlantic Canada and much of the Great Lakes, and down for Illinois and down for Missouri, and a lot of clouds off the Atlantic Canada down for the Atlantic Seaboard, a lot of clouds covering much of the Dakotas and up to Saskatchewan and Alberta, and a lot of clouds from British Columbia down for western Montana, Wyoming, and northern Idaho down for the Pacific coastline here. Atlantic clouds around Florida and central Texas here. Okay, let's take a look at what is going on in the tropics here. A westward moving area of low pressure is located just north of the Virgin Islands and to produce industrialized showers and thunderstorms mainly in the northeast and the north of the center. Upper level winds are expected to remain unfavorable for tropical cyclone development while the system trends toward the northwest and the northward over the next couple of days. Information transpires. Low 10% information transpire days. Low 10% here. Eastern Pacific here. The latest on tropical pressure 21 a year. Into location 11 and after the north, 1.9 in the west, max sustained winds 35 miles per movement, west about 6 miles an hour here. And double advisory, tropical pressure moving westward with no change in strength and there are coastal waters and water in effect. At 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 15 UTC, the Central Tropical Depression, 21 is clear to near. Latitude 11 in the afternoon off, longitude 109 in the west, and the depression is moving toward the west near 6 miles by 9 kilometers an hour. Turn toward the west southwest is forecast later today with a southwestward. Most of the expected on Friday. The depression should turn back toward the west on Saturday. Max sustained winds near 35 miles by 35 kilometers an hour with a higher gust. Some still strengthening is forecasted during the next 48 hours. And the depression is expected to become a tropical storm later today. Estimated minimum sun pressure 1,007 millibars or 29.74 inches here. And take a look at Southern Pacific outlook here. Nothing brewing in a tropical cycle is late Friday night here. Forecast success around the region here, and it shows major trough setting up over the United States and drought relief on the way to California. Arctic surface high has settled southward in the United States and cold front that has moved offshore from the eastern coast. Has delivered a cool and more fall-like air mass in the eastern United States to this cool weather expected to continue throughout Halloween. As things will get more interesting headed in the weekend as a Manitoba Mahler and upper level low coming from the Canada provinces of Manitoba dive southward towards the southern elevations by Saturday morning. This will result in the development of a highly amplified trail over the east coast and a strong surface low develops offshore. And in terms of sensible weather impacts, expect much colder weather by Saturday with numerous showers and stored at higher elevations out of the Appalachians across the western United States. Good news is in the forecast for much of the California with a more southern storm tracks badly needed rain to drought-stricken areas. That this rain will come as a courtesy of a Pacific cold front and a period of steady rainfall along with isolated thunderstorms is likely from central to northern California Friday. Storms likely for the highest elevations of the Sierra Nevada where wide storm watches are currently in effect. Showers are also expected over the Pacific Northwest and elsewhere across this country. A large surface high from Canada will settle southward into the central United States to close out the weekend. Cold and dry conditions expected and dry, pleasant weather expected for the desert southwest. There. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast discussion around the region here. High pressure will be bringing in dry, seasonable conditions throughout the end of the work week, and a coastal storm will likely deliver a glanted blow to the region late Saturday and Sunday. But the opportunity for a higher impact still exists. A barely dry weather falls with a significant warmer trend by next Tuesday and Wednesday. In new term until 6 p.m. this evening, 10 a.m. update. I made some change to the sky forecast based on the latest satellite imagery. Otherwise, the forecast is back on track here. And let's take a look at after early morning fog inland, expect mostly sunny but much cooler conditions for the day as highs are going to be in the 50s for much of the region, which are close to seasonal normals, but up to 15 degrees cooler than Wednesday. And high pressure will keep dry conditions in place across the region for tonight here. And a weekend storm will bring some strong, perhaps damaging winds there, and moderate coastal flooding at a very high seas. And time and periods of rain Saturday and Saturday night, mainly east to New England, and strongest winds Saturday night, Sunday, and cumulus storms likely at the time. 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts up to 60 miles possible, keeping the Nantucket and seas up to 20 feet across open waters east of Massachusetts. And down tree branches and outside power outages and moderate coastal flooding the beach erosion here. Here's when we take a look at our 7-day forecast. They go like this here. For this afternoon, it'll be mostly south sky about 58 degrees. The northwest wind about 8 miles per tonight. Forecast got a low about 35 degrees. A light northwest wind. Friday, parts south sky high about 34 degrees. The cloud wind becoming in the northeast about 5 and 7 miles per hour in the afternoon. Friday night, chance rain mid after 2 a.m. Most clouds got low about 41 degrees. The northeast wind about 8 miles per hour. Chance ratio 30%. New precipitation about less than a 10 inch possible. Saturday, rain likely after 8 a.m. Clouds got high about 49 degrees. The north wind about 10 to 13 miles per gust size. 29 miles per hour. Chance ratio 70%. Saturday night, chance of rain made before 2 a.m. and cloud with a low about 33 degrees and chance ratio is 4%. Sunday, most clouds got about 49 degrees. Saturday night, most of the coast got a low about 29 degrees. Monday, Saturday, clouds got about 51, low about 32 degrees. Tuesday, most clouds got about 37, low about 44 degrees. And Wednesday, most clouds got about 60 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the day. A pleasant afternoon tap, a little cool there. PJ was here, a good D with a good positive health. Be seeing for an evening report right after the Norton Lancers girls volleyball playoff game against the Shoba Regional. Have a good day with a good positive attitude. Go Lancers! Have a good day.